Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the briefing for Thursday, the 4th of July. Okay, so the synoptic situation today, if we just wind this back to midnight last night, you see we had warm sector conditions mostly yesterday, and then this cold front passing through yesterday evening. That's left us with quite a nice air mass today. The only problem we have got is notice these isobars quite tightly packed, bringing with it a pretty strong westerly breeze. Otherwise, pretty good. Continuing on to tomorrow, we've got this stationary front over the top of us potentially, which is going to pretty much ruin things. It would not be very soarable, and it might not be particularly flyable at times. Continuing on to Saturday, looking a bit more interesting. Still quite windy, but potentially quite a nice air mass. And Sunday, looking quite showery at the moment with that trough line just sat very close to us. Wind today then pretty much directly from the west at midday, showing 20 to 25 knots at a height. Sat pick, pretty clear in the Lasham area. You can see more cloud generally to the west, which is going to reduce the amount of soaring over there. There are some showers over that way as well, but in our area and to the east, looking quite clear at the moment. Rainfall radar, you can see a few little spots out to the west and more up to the north. And running through the forecast, you see that development throughout the day, just out to our west. So not a day to be going too far to the west by the looks of it. Public forecast then showing it to be sunny this morning and then a little bit cloudier in the afternoon with a top temperature of 18 degrees. Steady breeze from the west, and notice the gusts increasing as we go through the day, quite strong in the afternoon and particularly strong from about 3 till 6 p.m. It's showing gusts up to 26, 27 knots. So quite significant. We'll have to be a little bit careful of that. UV index quite high, 6s and 7s, and I imagine the breeze will have quite a lot of cooling on it. So be very careful with sunscreen today. I know I will be. So temperatures around midday, Lasham area, 16, 17 degrees. Notice quite a lot warmer as you go east, 18, 19, and a lot cooler as you go west, 13s, 14 degrees. Dew point sat nice and low at about 5, a little bit better to the east, slightly drier down at 3, and out to the west, a little bit higher, 7s and 8s. That's a view outside about 10 minutes ago. That's a view outside now, so it looks like it's probably soarable, although the wind might be making it difficult. Temperatures and dew points working themselves apart quite nicely now. See, it's drying out quite a lot. Dew points down at 6.8 now at Lasham and temperature up at 13. Dave Musson's forecast, he said good for 5 to 600k if you can cope with the wind, basically. Probably usable by 10, streeting by 11, he said, and good into Sussex and Kent with bases up to 6.5, 7,000 feet. So really quite good. It's just a little bit of a shame about the strength of the wind. ODM, not a lot to report, but they have put here from 12 onwards, 16 knots from the west with gust up to 26. So again, quite significant there. Your top Meteor potential flight distance is as shown. Notice Lasham right on the edge of the better area to the east and the poorer area to the west. If we just have a look at thermals from 10 onwards, it's showing it to be blue, which is, well, looking out the window, obviously not true. Midday, yeah, base is up to about 4,000 feet. You can see it's better to the east in terms of height, and to the west it's down at 10, 11, and further you go west, it gets a bit drizzly. Going into the afternoon, yeah, looking quite nice, 15, 1,600 meters. So talking about 5,000 feet there, and noticeably poorer as soon as you go west of here. Sky sight then, potential flight distance is as shown. So similar sort of thing, better, well, better over Heathrow, the airspace there. Quite good down into Sussex by the looks of it, although they're showing maybe a bit of sea air coming in, or it's a little bit poorer on the coast. They're showing it reasonable down here to the southwest. If we look at a point forecast for Lasham, so showing a little bit of cloud at the moment and quite thin through the morning, and then cumulus really developing from about 11:30, 12. Lots of surface heating and thermal strength getting up to about 4 knots for most of the afternoon. No TAMs. The only one I could really find that was relevant was number 41 here, Little Riston, and the ATZ is active. Otherwise, there's not a lot going on today. Okay, it's going to be a standard setup on 2-7, launch point here. Cables running down the edge of the runway. Should get some really good winch launches today. Winching off the south side grass there, aerotaking off the north of the runway as normal. I don't think there'll be demand for a grid with the strength of the wind, but if there is a lot of people rigging, please do grid on the north side here in the normal position, remembering to keep it 2 wingspans from the edge of the perimeter track and not pointing at the workshop, please. But I'm not sure that we'll need that given the strength of the wind. If there's more than about 5 or 10 of you, then you're very welcome to grid. Okay, for the club pilots, we've got all 5 K21s serviceable at the moment. 1 K13, we just got a H in for an inspection at the moment. It might come out today, I'm not sure yet. 2 baby grobs and 3 discuses. No movements today. Please be conscious of the strong wind, especially club pilots. Think about how current you really are. And when the last time you flew in conditions like this was, remember to keep the approaches nice and high with plenty of air brake and plenty of speed. We don't want to see people coming in with a small amount of air brake landing really short. So please keep that safe. And that goes for the bigger gliders as well. Glider ground handling, you probably all saw my email by now. Hopefully you've read the guidance on that. If not, please make sure you do. Simulator is serviceable. I will see you out there. Bye for now.